Okay, I wasn't even planning on making a video until my birthday, which is coming up in like a week, but man, I am just so like frustrated and irritated and disappointed and I'm gonna be unhinged for a little bit. I'll probably start to curse a bit and all that good stuff. So on my birthday, I was gonna make an announcement in a video where I was gonna say that I'm gonna climb multiple accounts to Challenger. I thought that would be kind of cool. It could be a lot of content. It could, allow me to stream and make YouTube videos for a while. I could make it informative and educational as I normally do. And until my birthday, I was gonna try to complete all my projects or most of my projects so that they're done, and then I can do this in peace and just stream a bunch and make a bunch of videos. And I was actually working on one of my mobafire guides. And then Riot Froxon puts out a tweet, and I start reading the tweet, and I feel like I am going to lose my mind. I'm going to quickly summarize the tweet, and I'm also going to pull up on screen sometimes some things from the tweet. This entire season in the high ranks has been mostly a shit show. There were patches where people would get 10 LP and lose 30, or they would lose 10 and gain 30. It was super inconsistent, the matchmaking was sort of bad, you would have Challenger 2000 LP players in master lobbies. It is kind of horrendous and not that fun to have those kind of lobbies, and then for your LP to change patch to patch without you doing anything. One patch you could gain 30, the other you could gain 12. And these factors basically made Season 16 for the super high rank community in like Grandmaster and Challenger feel horrible. The LP cutoffs also got ridiculous. In like the first month of the season, I think the cutoff for Challenger on EU West was like 1000 LP. A month into the season and the cutoff is at 1000 LP, like seriously? And Riot said, oh no, this is just because of the beginning of the season and because people gain more LP now since they get like plus 30 minus 10 and it'll even out. And they've done a quote-unquote MMR fix like 5 times by this point. And basically in one patch you gain 10 LP, in the next you get like 25. I saw a tweet that said that in this season your rank is dependent on which patches you play. And that's 100% true. If you play on the patch with plus 30 minus 10, you will hyperclimb. If you play on the patch with plus 15 minus 25, yeah, tough luck, bro. You'll have people at 1100 LP gaining 15 LP and then at 1300 LP gaining 25. It makes the ladder feel super horrible. Then you have the Aegis of Valor, which I don't know, maybe it does something to the MMR. Riot has said that they don't actually think it does anything and they're monitoring it. I call bullshit. And then there's also the fact that there's duo queue in Grandmaster and Challenger, which was a mistake in my opinion, if you don't have a duo queue on your team as well. If the enemies have a duo queue and you don't, yeah, you're kind of screwed in those elos. But maybe they work on their system more and then they're able to always pair a duo queue versus another duo queue. And you know what, if that's the case, I don't hate it that much. But then we get to the most horrendous, mind-bogglingly stupid change I've seen in years. Normally there is kind of a soft cap for how high your LP can go. What I mean by this is that if someone wants to go to 2500 LP, they can't really do it. And the reason they can't really do it is because once they get to about 2000 LP, they will start to gain like 10 LP and lose 30 always. And that's to make sure that the super high end of the ladder doesn't have a ton of LP. And what Riot said is that they will uncap this LP. They said that they expect some people to go to 3000 or 4000 LP. This isn't on multiple accounts, a single account with 3 or 4000 LP. Are we being serious? Look at my account, right? You can see the fact that I'm on a stable plus 20 minus 20. I would be totally fine even if it was something like plus 19 minus 20. Even something like plus 18 minus 22 wouldn't hurt me that much. I'd be fine with that. And then more recently, I played some of my decay games on my main account, and I gained 30 LP and lose 10. This doesn't feel satisfying. I did absolutely nothing to deserve this. Why am I getting 30 LP and losing 10 at 1100 1500 LP. Natty played on his 2000 LP account on E West and he gained 30 LP for one game. In what universe is this okay? They said, yeah, we expect people to go to 3 or 4k LP on an account. The EU West cutoff for Challenger is 1500 LP and the one for Grandmaster is 1100 basically. If this continues and they actually go through with these changes fully, the cutoff on EU West will probably be 2000 LP for Challenger, maybe more. Let's say you're someone who hits Master for the first time in their lives. If you see the fact that you need to grind over 1000 LP to change your rank, are you gonna do it? Is someone gonna realistically grind like 1200 LP to go to Grandmaster? And for that 1200 LP to still be in the same rank? It doesn't matter that you're Master 300 LP or 500 or 800. At the end of the day, you're Master. Most people don't look at the LP of a Master player. They might look at Challenger players that are in the top 10 to see their LP there. But if you're in Master, you're just that, a Master player. And instead of Riot just resetting the Master Plus ladder because some people are gonna be upset about it, they are going for the option where the ranks don't matter anymore. The prestige of Grandmaster and Challenger is gone. What's the point of getting there as a casual? Unless this is like your full-time job or something and you try to maintain it, what's the point? The game quality is shit, the gains are wildly inconsistent, and due to these factors, no one is gonna take Season 16 seriously. This season is a joke. We are over 3 months into this season and I hate it. I actually like the season itself, but I cannot stand how the ladder looks. Even on a server like EUNE, I'm sure the cutoff for Challenger is gonna be like 1200 or 1300 LP at the end of the season. Yes, it won't reach the cutoff of Korea or EU West because the region is not as good, obviously, but that's still gonna be ridiculously high, and why? I remember the days when being 1000 LP meant you were in the top 10 of your region. But now 1000 LP doesn't even get you out of Master. Even if they were to say, yeah, we're actually pulling back and we're not going to make this change to uncap the LP, I'm still not gonna do my climb. I was super excited to announce it on my birthday and I thought it would be some good content for you all. But right now I have absolutely zero drive to play the game. Maybe I'm gonna play my decays and I might play some casual arena, but like I feel absolutely nothing now. You'd think that getting 30 LP and losing 10 feels good, but no, it doesn't. Maybe at the beginning of the season when Riot says that yes, it's just the beginning of the season, so gains are super inflated, it's fine. But after a month of plus 30 minus 10, you kind of start to feel like rank doesn't matter anymore. Are you meant to get recognition for your achievement in possibly the worst season of League ever? In the season where Grandmaster Challenger is a joke? I will still look to get the projects that I'm working on done, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do after that, because right now I have a gigantic knot in my stomach and it feels like playing ranked means nothing. What I could try to do is play on another one of my accounts and just get to Master and make that climb super educational where I play a new champion that I like. Maybe I get into Shyvana because of her rework, I sort of like it. Maybe I do that, but I would probably not go over Master because it wouldn't be worth the grind. So I wanted to make this video and let you all know what's gonna happen and my thoughts on this and just kind of rant a bit because this is unreal, man. I pray that they at least have enough self-reflection to not go through with these changes fully. I'm sure they're not gonna reset the Master Plus ladder like everyone is asking because f you or Riot, we do what we want. But maybe they'll look at this and be like, you know what, maybe having people at 4000 LP isn't healthy for the game. If you don't agree with me, we can talk in the comment section about it. I'd love to have a chat about it. Maybe if you do like the video and you agree with this take, you can share it around. Maybe you'd like that. But honestly, my entire drive to play this game has plummeted into the ground. So yeah, thank you all for joining me in this video. I hope you liked the video. Maybe you found some of this information right now because the tweet that Riot Froxon put out is pretty new. But I wanted to do this video as quickly as possible simply because I found it vile. And I wanted to get out my thoughts immediately. I am not entirely sure when the next video will come out, but I do hope to see you in the next video when it does come out, and hopefully the video that I put out next releases very soon.